Hello, this is Davide Biocchi from Italy, and I'm here also this week. This is Monday, so I'm here for trying to show you, trying to explain to you the environment, the intermarket situation that we have on the global markets. So, first of all, let's start with the currencies, and in the beginning, let's see the situation of the euro dollar. The euro dollar is strongly moving, was strongly moving after the situation that we had, that was a consolidation that went through for something like 2 months, okay, between 1.07 and 90 and 60, 90 and 1.0980, so maybe more or less 1.10. And after this situation, we had a fast movement to 114. Target still remain 115 here, but in the last days we have seen the market coming a little bit back. So the situation is right now that the dollar is weaker than the euro, but not as weak as it was 1 week ago. So starting from this consideration, let's see how the dollar is behaving compared to some other currencies pair. So, for example, let's see here the situation connected to the euro dollar and the pound, so the so-called cable. Here we are with the chart. So this is a cable, and again, as we have seen on the euro dollar, we can see that the dollar was weaker than the pound, but in the last 3 days the market a little bit came back. So we had here the overtaking of this level that is 1.26 and something, and the market went up, but then is coming again to 1.25 that we can consider 1.24.7, 1.25. We can consider the main support that we can have here. So what about the dollar compared to other currencies? So let's see, for example, the dollar compared to the Canadian dollar, and here we have the situation. So same situation here. The dollar was weaker, and we have seen during the last days that the dollar strongly rebounded with all the currencies. Here we have a situation connected to the Canadian dollar, and something similar we can see if we compare the US dollar also with the Australian dollar here. Now the chart is coming, and later same situation. So the dollar becoming stronger within the last 3 days, and same situation we have here comparing the New Zealand dollar with the US dollar. Okay, so situation really similar if we compare the New Zealand dollar to the US dollar. It's really the same situation. So what will happen in the incoming week? Well, honestly, I expect this trend to continue a little, but then to find, let me say, an equilibrium somewhere, so that we will see less volatility in short term. This is what I expect in the moment. So what about the main commodities? Well, first of all, it's mandatory to start with the crude oil, because the crude oil arrived at $40, more or less a resistance, and immediately after the market came back, and even today we are down 3% and more, and we are very, very close to the first support that is, in my opinion, around $35 per barrel. During the first part of the day, we were even under this level, but right now we are a little bit up. So I think it could be interesting, and it can continue like a trend. So because the situation is that we now have to expect maybe that the crude oil can have a rebound here from the test of this $35 per barrel support, or we will see it going down maybe to test this area that is a little bit less. So it's really something interesting to see. And something interesting went on also on the gold. The gold was was and still is very interesting because it's still in the box. So the gold was trying to let me say, do a breakout of this box. So the 2 year areas are 1,770, more or less around here, tested several times, but we have here also 1,770, but we can say right now that we also have 1,750 around here. So that was where the last week the price of a gold was stopped. So I think it can continue this up and down, but I expect, if not this week, maybe the week after, I expect the gold to move over this box. So my favorite situation is to see the gold moving up here, but to do that, this is a very strong resistance that need to be overtaken, and I wait for that because I really think that the gold will have a good trend in the future. So again, we can see also the situation of the silver. The silver is really connected also to the with the gold. So we have now that the silver arrived around the price of 17.2 that we can consider as a support. Well, don't forget that we have a strange figure here because in case the market will lose this level, we have here a clear head and shoulder that can make this moving down and maybe to test the support here, where I think we can have a very interesting buying opportunity. But if the price remain around here, we can probably see a rebound from this level. So I think that the market can rebound from here, or that can rebound around $16 per ounce, and it will be again interesting. So this for what concerning the commodities. And then we are now switching to the stock indices. Starting from US, the situation that I want to show you in the beginning is the one connected to the NASDAQ. The target of 10,000 was reached and was celebrated also by Mr. Trump, but later the market came down, and we are now looking for some kind of support that maybe can sustain the market. The first one I can see here is around, I will show you on the chart so it will be easier. This one is a little bit over than 9,000, but this one is 9,100. So more or less around this level we can have probably a support for the market, and we will see if it will happen. So again, I want to show you the S&P 500, not as strong as the NASDAQ was, but capable also to recover around the prices that we had before, not the new maximum, but prices that we had before COVID-19. That was really what happened. So I can see that here we are already very close to the support. The first support is 2,965. That was a support that was violated here, and then the market went along for a very strong upside here. So we can expect 2,965 or 2,780 to be the two main support that the market will find on his way if it will go if it will continue to go down as it is doing. Okay, let's switch to Europe, where we have the DAX index. The DAX is really interesting because it's really not so far from the S&P 500 chart. Here the support is quite a little bit far, more far, so we have a support around 11,000, a little bit more than 11,000, so 11,200 we can consider as a support. I will show you exactly the line. So this is 11,200, where we can expect the market to react. So if this downtrend will continue, this is the support to monitorize to see if something interesting is going to happen. And then again, we have to look at the Eurostock 50 that I'm showing to you right now. And again, we have a support here that is 2,950. So this is the main support that we can see here, 2,945, 2,950 is more or less the support that in case of a continuation of a downtrend, the market will face very soon. So this is the situation collocated. And again, and finally, I want to highlight to you also the situation connected to the Italian index. The Italian index, in my opinion, have a target that can be considered 17,600. That is more or less this support. Only one day it was up. All the closing prices were under this level. So I think that we can easily see the market coming down here before rebounding. If it will not work, we have another one around here that is really strong too. So it's very interesting. Imagine that this means that all this good trend will be cancelled, but the market has the possibility to get a rebound around this level. So this is all from my side. This was Davide Biocchi from Italy. See you soon and bye-bye.